at AV, Antonio Vincenze. You know what I mean?
Jay Stone.
How did it start for you? What was your first experiences of the streets? How did you end up on the streets?
That's a loaded question.
Because a lot of young people are getting caught up on the streets, and a lot of professionals and the outer world almost, society are finding it hard to understand why people would be in the lifestyles that you guys have experienced and lived and managed to make out from.
Most of the time it's circumstance. You know, growing up in a certain place, friends and shit like that. That's normally how it starts, you get me? But, you get me? I wasn't too big with it.
A lot of the time, yeah, like what happened, and I wouldn't say like I was on the streets on a level where it's like raw, like glamorizing anything or saying like raw, but just the environment, like in terms of like not having, it kind of drives you like to want to do certain things, innit? Because it's like you might not come from a situation where you have a lot, and then because you don't have a lot, you're presented with options like, what do I do? It's either I go through this long ass process of waiting till one day when I can help, or I can have a lot now. And that's the two options you've got, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, then most people can't wait because you can't think, oh rah, like when you got bills and you're on the verge of being evicted and there's all these problems going on and there's no food and you have to look at everybody hungry and you're hungry as well. Yeah, you can't really just look at the situation and be like, okay, I'm gonna wait until things work out. Do you get what I'm saying? So a lot of the time you kind of have to go, you know what, I gotta do it now. I can't wait until tomorrow. I have to do what I need to do now to get what I need to do to help the situation. That's my experience. I know a lot of people out there probably go through the similar situations, you get what I'm saying? But that's what it is, isn't it? Like people, for me, it came from a place that I know, you know, like what's it called? What's that saying now? The roads to hell are paved with good intentions. You know what that saying there? Like it's like that, innit? It's like raw, man started off trying to do something right, but then you find that you have to be able to achieve something fast, you gotta do certain things that might not necessarily be deemed as right. But a lot of the time you always go into with the mentality that the ends justifies the means, innit? As long as I'm completing that goal of feeding my family, feeding myself, and making sure I can provide a good life for myself and my family, yeah, a lot of the time the ends justifies the means. I mean, do you know what I mean? The means, innit? Do you know what I mean? As long as that, if you, like, a lot of the time that's for me, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But, like, that's it.
Fine as well, like, obviously I grew up with people that was in this road thing mad deep, you know what I mean? Like way deeper than I can ever say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, way compared to certain man, you know what I mean? Sorry, bro, but you know what I mean? Eh? Like, I know. Honestly, like, I know certain man that's to a certain age and they can't get out of that situation, you know what I mean? Just because of how far you went when you was young. Like, sometimes when you do look at it, like, being on the roads, it's more time as a choice, bro. Like, I feel like it's a choice after a certain age. Everybody's got politics, bro. We grew up in, like, I grew up in an area where it's just random politics, you understand what I'm trying to say? For no reason. People that I don't have a fucking clue who they are, do you know what I mean? But they want to hurt me because I come from a certain place or certain things like that. That's everybody's got their politics, but you see, once you become an adult and you put down childish things, these things are the things that you're supposed to put down also.
That's
what I'm trying to say, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But do you know, like, when I look at it sometimes, I do think that the people that was before us set some shit example.
Facts. Hella facts.
You understand? They set some shit example. And then when you see them today, they look worse than you. You understand what I'm trying to say? They look worse than you, boy. So I do understand, like, the whole mentality of people wanting to be on the roads and stuff like that, because when you're at a certain age, that shit is exciting. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? I never even found it as exciting as some of my friends, fam. Like, I'd love to show you some videos and shit, but I can't. But my friends found this shit very exciting, fam.
That's some people's choices. Some people make that choice to be like, you know what, that's a lifestyle decision that they want to make for whatever reason. they might think it's glamorized, and they might think, oh yeah, I might get girls this way. A lot of things tend to be revolved around girls, because most man think if you're raw and if you're hard, you got that persona. Yeah. Then girls are gonna come. Because otherwise, what's the point? Otherwise, like,
it's always been like that. Like
that's do you know what I mean? So it's like people don't have their own opinions because they formulate what they think people like. For instance, right now, people think you have to be a bad man. That's what they think. A lot of people think you have to be bad. You can't even have your own kind of frame of mind for. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't have to be. You just be yourself.
And for like, this is what really hurts me, because now that, like, obviously I'm at a certain age now where I'm looking at certain young people and that, and you get me, obviously I come from a youth work background and stuff like that, so I'm looking at certain young people and I'm thinking to myself, I've seen a person in worse position than you, blood, make a turn and do the right thing. And now because of your circumstances and because of your needs and because of your associations and because of the friends you want to keep, bro, that's a deep thing, you know, fam. Like when they say the company you keep, it's a deep thing, bro. Because at the end of the day, if my brethren is stabbing people, fam, like my brethren stabs people, fam, and I'm rolling with my brethren, I gotta be prepared to stab people, bro. Do you understand?
I feel what they're saying, innit?
I gotta be prepared to stab people. And watching these youths, fam, like roll in these circles of where everybody thinks they need to stab somebody and everybody feels like they have to be the baddest man on the road. Bro, it's a downward spiral, fam.
Yeah, that's
it's absolutely a downward spiral, especially coming from like the 90s where man grew up. Well, not even grew up, obviously, when man was born. You get me? And coming into a generation where we was fighting, trying to stop niggas from shooting each other. You see what I'm trying to say? Do you know how much I was struggle? It was to try and stop niggas from shooting each other, fam. And, bruv, we've gone on to something that's way more, what they call primitive. We're using swords and shit.
Like, it's fucked up.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say, bro? Do you know how much harder that is? Because it's not just a way where you can stop people from making a crazy purchase no more. This is a simple purchase, but it's all within the pride of the person. Because once they're rolling with these bunch of people, bro, and if they're all prepared to stab somebody, fam, you just gotta remember, you gotta be prepared to stab somebody too, fam. Because man's gonna stab you.
But that's
the reality,
that's the reality of what it is, but a lot of people don't realise that's what it is.
Of course
and
they
not
don't.
only that, think about it, listen, if you've grown up, these are your friends. Yeah, these are not just people that are just random encounters. These are your friends. Yeah, and people are threatening your friends. A lot of the time, that's the mentality behind it as well. I need to prepare. I need to defend. It's not so much I need to be prepared to stab somebody. A lot of the time, the mentality is I need to defend my friend, or I need to defend my honor. I need to defend. It's a lot of the time that's the perspective. I need to defend it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not just a situation where managers, I think a lot of it comes from pride, and not only that, I think personally, I know a lot of poor decisions that I've made in my life were down to insecurities, or it was down to me not looking at the bigger picture. Do you get what I'm saying? Like looking at what a lot of the consequences of my actions. I didn't think about it. Of course. So, you know, it's perspective, innit? Like you said, when you get older, you put things down and you just relax in it. Like you realise certain things you should be able to know. I always say people don't need to really tell somebody if they're wrong, innit? You should kind of know at a certain point what you're doing is wrong, innit? You should know, and even the most naive people know. Exactly. I'm dead real, bro. Exactly. I don't care when man told me, nah, but, you know, like, this is just all, man. No, it's not all you know, fam. It's never all you know. It's never all you know. It's what you're giving your time, your energy, and your passion to. You're pushing it into that.
That's what you're doing, fam. You're giving your time, your energy, and your passion into it, fam. So, you know what? If that's something that you want to make a choice and do, you gotta understand that's your choice, man. That's a choice. So, you know,
people just need to like think, like, if you know what it is, I understand if you're uneducated mind and it's hard and you think this is the only thing that I can do, but that's where you know there's that saying, the devil makes work for idle hands, because you're not busying yourself for nothing else, cuz
you got some bullshit on your
he's
mind.
giving you something to deal with, cuz now you're busy, innit? You're busy dealing with the pagans. You're busy dealing with all of that. You got a job. Your job is now. That's your job, cause that's what you've been handed, isn't it? But levels in it, you gotta know what's really out here. Like, you got other people out here clocking that raw. How could you, on the roads, be making the same as a man that goes from a 9 to 5? You know, when you break it down, and you're really and truly only earning about £13 an hour. Most of these runners, are you taking the piss? You're basically there 24 hours a day. You're not thinking about life properly, cuz. You're proper not thinking. How could you only be making 50? Bruv, listen,
And that's where it becomes dumb.
I know
there was no one to show, man, that that's not cool. You know what I mean?
That's not cool,
There's no one to show you that that's not
£13 an
cool,
hour
bro.
ain't cool, my bro.
That's not cool.
And you're working 24 hours. And you got no breaks. You don't even get to go home and see your mum till one time. You're out there, cuz. You're moving backwards. You're moving backwards, cuz. You're moving backwards. Listen, the road talk, and there's man out here that are moving forwards.
And you have to, though.
You're moving forwards,
You have
alright,
to,
cool.
fam.
If you're moving backwards and your pattern ain't right, come on, allow the thing, cuz. You might as well go work in Tesco.
I still, obviously, I still believe that it's a choice, but I do have that knowledge of knowing. It's bad. Like, just knowing what this place can do to you, especially as a black man. You know what I mean?
You
like,
gotta relax.
This place can really like bring you down. It can make you feel like you're worthless, like without anybody ever opening their mouth. Like there's just a way that you're treated in this society, but it's not ideal. But it's the reason why most people believe they don't have choices. But as I said, that's never a definite. That's never a definite, you know what I mean? It's just something that people take in their head and they're like, oh fuck it, I don't have nothing else I can do this. For real.
It's true.
It's easier, isn't it?
It's true.
It's fucking easier.
And you know what's so stupid of me, I remember when I was younger, I used to think to myself, I only know how to make music out of two things. This is what I said, and this is real shit. I said, I only know how to make money out of music, because I was selling beats, and I only know how to make money off the road. Just doing hand-to-hand things. That's literally, that was the length of my intelligence, innit? And you know what's crazy, I used to say it like with such like, like it's all I know how to do. Like, you know how stupid that sounds to me now. That's all you know how to do. Come on, cuz, you know how to do something else. You know how to fix bikes, cuz. Start your hustle, man need their bike fixing it. Do you get what I'm saying? Start handing out some cards in it. Do something else in it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like hand out some cards and say, yo, I know how to fix bikes, you need bikes fixed, come to me in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Be on job, cuz. You're spending all this time running around doing that for £13 an hour and nothing that you can hand out, no legacy, nothing when you're gone, it's done.
That's another thing for us as well. You see us black people living in this country, you know? Not that anybody needs any handouts, but there's no setup for you in life. To be honest, there is no setup for you, innit? So you just have to go and do what your big brother did or your dad did, you know what I mean? So it's like, we don't get to that point where there's like a family business that we're gonna be part of or be inherited or some bullshit like that. When that's never gonna happen.
So some
people do have it, you know what I mean? But I'm
when
saying
you say it's never gonna happen, it's only never gonna happen if you keep waiting for somebody else to do it.
No, I'm saying if it hasn't happened in your life now, it's not like it's gonna happen like later.
How?
No, I'm saying for somebody to give you something. Your father to give you something. That's done.
I was thinking,
you know what I mean? After you become a certain age, that's done. You do have to do it yourself.
I was saying exactly. That's exactly what I was saying.
But not everybody gets that mentality of knowing that they have to do it themselves. They're just like, I feel like this government has done me this. My parents ain't giving me shit. I ain't got nothing. So I'm gonna just struggle to get by. But this is like, it's a fucked up mentality. To be real with you, it's a really fucked up mentality, and it's just something that we have just from. You gotta think about it, fam. Most of our parents, when they came over from fucking different countries, they never had shit, you know. They never had shit. They were just figuring this shit out themselves.
Exactly. That's why we had bad examples.
That's why we had bad examples.
Exactly. You can't really say, oh, it's because like they didn't even know no better.
They didn't know no better, but someone did. Let's just fucking be
No.
Some people did.
Some people did, but some people just don't care.
Yo, I have to cut you in it, car. You can say that. We can sit and diss the old generations, yeah. But obviously, my elders, they taught me how to grind. Obviously, certain man, they ended up worse off, yeah. But when I look at my family, fam. And I think, bruv, they taught me how to grind, innit? The key thing, fam. So when I can look at them, no one can ever tell me like, man had bad examples, fam. Because when I look at all these people who have privileges,
they ain't got the graft, fam. They ain't got the grit. You get me? So, bro, we're built with that. So the only bad examples we have is ourselves, innit? Cause the worst thing is, yeah, we will diss each other as brothers, innit? You get me? So certain man will talk the road, talk this, talk that, but they don't live it. They don't do it. Like, you see what I'm saying, fam? So to me, fam, like, I ain't gonna sit and diss another brother. I haven't got nothing to prove to no one, innit? You get me? But in the same time, man's got the mentality where I have to love a brother, innit? And that's where we're fucking up. But then, do you know what you can blame? You can blame an 18-year-old girl having a youth with an 18-year-old boy. Cause two pickneys can't raise a pickney. So then when you look at the deep things like that, that's where we're fucking up. Cause look, as people, fam, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go put these young girls. We're gonna tell these young girls, go get your bums done. And bro, we're just causing a breeding ground for our own people and our own demise by doing something like that. Of course. You get me, fam? And I've lived it, seen it, fam. You get me, fam? Don't get it twisted. When I was out here, when I was a young G and I was sitting here doing my thing, fam, I was treating every girl like a slag, disrespecting every girl, you know what I'm saying? And that's the normal thing, fam. And that's where you fucked up.
Let me show you something though as well, going back to what you said about bad examples. That's why there's a bad example.
That's the answer.
We're not dissing nobody, but you have to call a spade, cuz. That's why it's a bad example. The reality is they didn't know no better. So what happens is you teach only what you know. That's not a diss to nobody, because people do good as well. It's not saying every single thing that somebody does is wrong.
I disagree.
No, but let me finish my point. It's not that everything that they've done is wrong.
I could never tell my dad what I do.
It's just that what they did before is a bad example. That's just it.
Bro, we've made the bad example, fam. I can walk into my yard and say to my mum, this is what I'm doing. It's gonna put food on the table, so my mum will allow it. Yeah, cool. But is my mum wrong for allowing it? No, she's not wrong, because look, where's my dad? My dad ain't about, fam. So someone's got to replace that, fam. So look, my mum might not like me doing it, but she can accept it. But do you think I could turn around and go to my grandma, the generation above, like, yo, this is what I'm doing? No way, bro. That's not the example that she set. That's not the foundation she set for my family, blood. Are you crazy, fam?
Let me ask you something.
That's where it's fucked up,
and
innit?
it's a real question. Do you think that's a good example? If your son came to you and said, Dad, this is what I'm doing, would you just be like, yeah, cool?
Do you know what? I'll be real. Both sides of the coin, yeah? Because my son sells drugs, if I said, what if I've given him all the tools in life and he's not suffering and he's not living that bad life, and man turns around and says, I'm flipping food pops, then bro, man will get a backhand and a front hand and a slap hand, because I've built a foundation for him, innit? And that means that's where the parents are wrong.
Most of us
however, exactly. So look, but then look, we need to sit and build our own. Like us three sitting here right now, we're not idiots, are we? So bruv, like right now, fam, I'm about to bust out and I've got a draw shot to hit, fam. You get me, fam? But I still got to do what I got to do, innit? I know it's wrong, but I still got to do the thing to set the foundation for my thing. Otherwise, my youth's gonna have the same life as me. Like it will, fam.
But this is what I'm saying.
Sorry, bro. Then asking you that, then you do know there's a difference between the right and wrong and what you're doing. You know what I'm trying to say? But you have your reasons for doing it. Everybody has their reasons.
Another thing as well. Being a black man in this world and looking how things are set, I'm not made to fit into everything. No. You need to keep this mentality, bro. You're gonna say don't think it, but if I don't think it, that means it's gonna be there. If I don't, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna ignore it. Like, yo, sorry, sir.
No, ignore it. Change the perspective.
How you gonna?
That's like, you know them people that say, oh, fuck the system, but they don't have a solution. I'm saying don't ignore it. Don't. I didn't say ignore. I said people need to stop saying that and put something else there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
who's the one to put something else there?
Bruv, listen, yeah.
Who's the one? Bruv,
we don't understand. No, but this is a conversation that's been happening for time, though.
No.
You know why? Because people keep talking about, we keep asking for shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? This is what it comes down to that.
No. This is asking for shit, yeah? Would not be acknowledging it and drawing a man out for it. Like, put it this way, fam. You know your self-worth. You know your value. Are you gonna accept something less than your value?
Of course not.
But do you know what your brain's taught to do throughout school? When you're taught that you're a slave, before you're taught that you was an Egyptian and you built the pyramids, before you were taught you done all this and that. What's your brain taught to do?
How does that connect to what I was saying though?
Because you're being trained.
No, to the point before. How does that connect?
How does it connect?
Did you clock how it connected? He's talking on another point where he's not connecting the point. Do you know where he connected? Because I need to understand this.
Listen, I'm telling you I'm connected.
No, I want to understand.
You're saying
I don't understand.
You're saying this goes back to, we need to replace the perspective. We need to change something, yeah? And we need to do something about it, but people are talking about it. But what you need to understand, fam, is from young kids, we're in a system and a society where we're trained that way, and become awake to break out of that.
So untrain yourself and
How?
change your
But
perspective.
if there's no one to untrain you, how are you going to untrain yourself?
You have to start your journey of self-discovery.
But someone had to put you on your journey of self-discovery.
So why don't, if you heard our conversation today, start your journey of self-discovery then, innit? You've heard it now, innit?
But my point is you can start. No, but you can start. No, but you can start your journey of self-discovery. Take it in, learn who you are, but still accept how shit is.
No, understand how shit is.
No, but
not accept.
No.
Understand.
There's no understanding how shit is. Accept, fam, because the world is not on your side, my bro. So if I understand how the world is, no, big man thing, bro. If I understand how the world is, yeah,
you just said accept the world ain't on your side. Just accept that.
No, you have to accept it. Because the only way you're gonna change it. No, but the only way you're gonna change it.
You understand when I say understand that? You can understand that, know that, and move accordingly.
Why am I moving accordingly?
Because you understand
I want to move
and you know how to move.
I want to
through
be,
that understanding.
I want to be an equal man, fam.
I feel that, yeah.
No, but I want to be an equal man. I want to be understood. I don't want to just maneuver around it. I don't just want to live amongst it. No, bruv, I want to be equal.
I want to be up.
I want to be, no, what do you mean you want to be up, fam?
I want to be,
what do you mean you want to be up?
I mean,
that's
if
where,
I understand that this world, this world, whatever, ain't for me. I've been saying this for time, cuz. I'm just saying nothing new.
Yeah, but bro, you can never be better than anyone.
Allow it, cuz.
You can never be better than anyone.
I'm better now, cuz. How I am now,
no, you can never be better than anyone.
Fuck the lies, cuz.
Bro, don't you understand? Don't you see what you're doing to me right now?
I'm my best self, innit?
We're free brothers.
I'm not better than you. I'm not better than you, but I'm better than the person I was yesterday. That's real, innit? So I'm better on it today.
Broaden your horizons now, fam. And you've just sat here in Free Brothers, fam, and said, yo, like you changed, you didn't change it, but you elaborated and said, oh, you're better than you were yesterday. But bro, you can never be better than anyone. You can't like. You know what? Like to be real, you can only be yourself, innit? And that's the problem. Like people ain't trying to be themselves, bro. Everything. Like, bro, if we're all free on a platform and I trying to be equal, so the reason why I can say the world's against me is because no matter what I do, I'm not equal. So until I get up and I'm equal, what am I accepting? What am I gonna maneuver around? What am I gonna sit and work around? What am I gonna work with? Because the system ain't working with me, bro.
Don't you understand? But we're not taking the time to do that, though.
I think that's like generational.
Yeah, we're not taking the time to actually look at this. Look, if we're taking it down to races, right? Look at every other race. You got Chinatown.
Yep.
Yeah. You go to certain parts, you might as well say it's like you go to Tower Hamlets.
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
What I feel you.
When you start it, yeah, it's right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is.
My name's Jayon, innit? Like, obviously I go by the rap name Hayes. I'm from Tottenham, innit? And like that's where I grew up. I grew up in Wood Green as well. Eddie, Honest Groves, where like I learnt my craft, innit? Where I saw what I saw, innit? When it was just me and my mum, when my family went around, and that's bruv, out of all the places I've lived, that's where the most dirt went down. But like, it's not even about the roads to me, because I opened up my eyes and I saw it for what it was, innit? And what it is that, bro, at the end of the day, we're sitting here, we're gonna argue and fight amongst each other and talk about what we don't have, what we do have, yeah? And then, but then, like, you need to look at, who's your idol, bro?
My idol?
Who's your idol?
Jesus.
Huh? No, seriously, what person?
My level.
No, what person inspires you? Other than Jesus, what person inspires you?
What person inspires me?
What person inspires you? Of person of interest, what big person inspires you?
You know who I've been inspired by a lot of people. Namely, one of them happens to be Jay-Z.
Stop. No. I'm gonna stop you right here, because that's the name I wanted to hear.
Okay,
and you dropped it first. Bro, Jay-Z's a fucking dickhead. Do you know why I'll sit and say that? My man's made the biggest money moves. He's a black man. Bro, he's got Tidal, but he doesn't own his record label. It's owned by Leo Cohen, a white man, like, sorry to say it, above him, who's obviously controlling what goes on below him. But even so, with all that money, what platform is he building?
Did I tell you what I was inspired by?
What platform? No. But if you're gonna tell me you're inspired by the money moves, that makes you more fool, blood. That makes you more fool. And then if you know Jay-Z's story in and out, you will know what he's about.
Do you still make this?
No, but it's Jay-Z. No, but you said the name. Go on, what?
I am inspired at growth, of the growth. I'm not inspired by any. I don't know the man.
The growth.
Listen to what I'm saying, because you're just repeating what I've just said. Yes, the growth. Like growth, that's what I've been inspired by, innit? You know why? Because I see a lot of people come in the game or do something and stay the same. There's no growth in character. There's no growth of understanding. There's no growth of anything.
In what
same
sense?
person.
In what sense?
In what sense? You start off. This could be on parallels to the growth. The growth, innit? The growth is important. Look, the growth is what I've inspired by, because he's had growth. He's shown different elements of himself, and he's grown up as a person. A lot of people don't grow up. A lot of people, their reputation that they had in school is still the thing that they live through their whole lives. So when you start learning different aspects of what's right and wrong, and you start making adjustments because of the growth and what you've learned, that's what I'm inspired by. As in the growth of person. Not just, no, I'm not crucified like, oh my gosh, she's got bare peas. Like, no, I watched that. Do you get what I'm saying?
This is what I'm trying to, do you know what's mad, yeah, bro? Like, because you're such a smart guy, fam. You just, like, basically personified, yeah, what I was saying when I talk about what society makes you think. Now, you're looking at Jay-Z's growth, but what has Jay-Z done to make your life easier through all his growth? As one of the most powerful black men. No, but it's not about idol. This is someone that inspires you, but you're talking about growth. But he ain't done nothing to inspire your people.
We've got enough rich black people now to build Wall Street.
To build something
50 times
over something. So bro, my point is we're putting our respect in wrong places, and this is what they want us to do. But it's not your fault. It's not my fault, bro. I've done the same thing, bro.
I didn't tell you I respected him. Bro, you're putting hella words in my mouth, bro. I didn't tell you I respected him. I said I'm inspired by the growth.
But it's still a level of respect.
I don't know him as a person. I don't even know what he does on a normal day-to-day.
No, but it's not about a person. You're sitting there looking at a man's growth, but this is what's been put in front of you. Don't you see? Jay-Z's been placed in front of you. Like you got to do the digging and graveling. Like, look, for instance, look at a man like Akon and Jay-Z.
He's going ham.
No, but look at, but man don't see Akon on the news, fam. When Akon has a youth, bruv, you don't see that on BBC.
I'm inspired by Akon as well. I'm inspired by Akon because he took it back to the motherland and he started building over there.
People only looked at that recently. People weren't watching that from 2000.
Interviews when he was talking
and
he was wearing the white thing.
I'm talking about from 2000.
When he was, I'm talking about watching from back then. What you mean?
No, but this is what I'm saying. But people weren't paying attention. But now people will throw out that name. Do you know what I'm saying, fam? Like, so it's like, to me, when I look at it, this is what they want us to do, fam. Like, respect a man's individual growth. But then let's talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson, bro. Nobel winning scientist. Let's put him in our curriculum. Things like that. But that gets overseen. But we want to talk about individual growth, and that's what society's done to us. Like, don't you understand? But then yeah, where they fuck up is there ain't no brother to say to you or say to me, like, yo, this is what the system is. This is how it works. That's where them man fuck up. That's where they fuck up.
But then look at, that's what he did on the 444. That's why I say I respect the growth, because what was he doing in the 444? He didn't lay out all the information.
But do you know
what he gave something to think about?
But look, you listen
credit, now I'm thinking about building my credit. Do you know what I'm saying? 2 years ago, I weren't thinking about building my credit. That's facts.
But this is what I'm trying to say.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Man like Lupe Fiasco was spitting that from 2001.
I didn't listen to Lupe Fiasco,
but this is my point.
Fam,
this is my point.
Listen to him, though.
The tools are there, but we choose what we want. Our minds are drawn to what we see. I didn't even know
about no fucking Lupe Fiasco, fam.
This is my point, because our minds are drawn to what we see. Do you know how I found out about Lupe Fiasco?
When I was young, Lupe Fiasco weren't rocking the preps that I wanted to rock, fam. Do you have the realest shit?
But that's the key man. Look at what you're saying, my bro.
No, I'm talking the truth, fam. When I was young, I didn't have the brain I got now. So you gotta watch, fam. You got what I'm saying?
Do you know why you didn't have the brain you had?
Why?
Because society was molding you because you're malleable, fam.
So therefore,
you understand?
Now, so what was that? Bad examples, going back to the point that I made earlier on, and you said that I was talking shit about the olders.
No, but it's not about bad examples. It's not your fault, bro. It's not your olders around you.
That's why I said
it's not your olders around you.
They had bad examples.
It was when the village to raise a child.
Yeah, it's all bad examples, fam.
But it's society, fam. We ain't got no villages here. We ain't got separatism here, fam. We ain't got that same thing, fam. Brother, half the shit I learned, I didn't learn inside, and I didn't learn at school, fam. I learned it in the same place we're doing this interview. Not here, but in a park, fam. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
I feel you.
Like, do you see, it's them things there, fam. Put it this way, fam. If we was growing up now, and back in the day, and say we was in China, fam, Chinamen have to learn English and Chinese, fam, in the same class. So they learn it. And they pick it up. Do you know what I'm saying? German from young age, their kids are taught to accept refugees and accept people how they are in a completely different way. So do you know what? They do. In Holland, the Netherlands, fam, they're taught to learn and love homosexual people, and people can be a girl or boy or whatever they want to do, as right or wrong as it may be. Bruv, but it actually works, innit? So what are we being taught in this system? Why we end up the way we end up?
This system ain't for us. This is what I've been saying.
Like,
but somebody needs to make that decision, like what we're talking about. Akon, innit?
Bro,
the legend.
It needs to be like this. It needs to be like this.
Like, he's leveling, innit? Like he's building a community that's actually for
turn around
us,
and
innit?
say we're gonna do something and do it.
That's how I feel.
The only reason why I do what I do is because I don't want to work for anyone.
Yeah,
I don't do it. I don't do it because I can't get a job and because I ain't got qualifications.
Because you understand the world ain't built for you. Just to go back to the point that I said earlier on,
but bro,
just because I don't like, because we've been saying the same thing for time, innit? Yeah, because I've been saying you understand. You haven't accepted, but you personally have not accepted the system. Am I lying or am I lying?
I will never accept the system though.
Facts. So but you understand the system, right?
Yeah, of course I understand the system. but I know it's against me and I know it will never work for me. So then that way I know that I need to get on. Just like when you break up with your girl, because you might not be feeling her, she might not be feeling you, but it's time to move on and create your own, innit?
That's life, bro.
Yeah, that's life. There we go, my G.
That's life.
So my point is, if I'm gonna try and work with this system, I'm gonna have a 9-to-5 life. I'm going to have a yes so no so life. I'm going to still be, I'm still going to be in the cornfield picking cotton and corn, fam.
You could be a hustler.
No, bro, but I'm still not in the system. I'm doing my thing, fam. The Queen don't hear from me. HMRC don't hear from me.
Until you are at a place where you can, though.
What do you mean?
And now you're doing your thing. Or you take it somewhere that you don't have to.
Even if, and do you know where that would be?
Where?
Right back home.
So
right back home.
So therefore you have to change your perspective.
I don't need to change my perspective.
You've already changed your perspective.
No, but the perspective will never change, bro, until enough people leave that fucking system. The perspective's gonna be the same. A brother, you could turn down a job for 20 grand. They will bring another black man in that will take it for 19.
I know, that's facts.
And that's
facts.
Until that changes. So until that changes, until that changes, perspective ain't gonna ain't gonna change. Exactly, fam. Perspective ain't gonna change. Like, people don't have it in them to say no. Do you know why? Because we're still slaves, fam. We need that job, innit? So you turn down, you see, like, we're still slaves, fam. We need that job. So a man is gonna say yes to that 19 grand job because he needs to put food on the table. But then
that's what it comes down to, decisions, because the decisions that you make. I was saying, having this conversation yesterday, in fact, yeah. I said, I don't have no kids right now. My responsibility right now is me, yeah, and my family, and my girl, and things like that of that nature, yeah. But I don't have the pressure of I've got a life to take care of. That comes from a decision I made when I was younger, because I had a good enough luck in my life, yeah, or God was guiding me in that enough that I didn't have no kids. So now I get to sit back on an adult stage and actually look at the situation for what it is and understand the moves that I can make and see my platform a lot easier, and not have the franticness of having to feed a kid or have to put food on the table. Bro, do you get what I'm saying? Look, but that comes down to the decisions that we make when we're younger. And no one explains these decisions to us because we don't have a good enough example to say, yo, you need to relax and this is what you need to do. You need to build up the credit from now, you need to do this and that from now.
A lot of that comes down to
as a kid when you're malleable, you're getting a bad example. You're getting the world to give you an example as opposed to people actually showing you what the bro example is.
See, but a lot of that also comes down to the fact that, like, we're in a place where we don't have a choice. We're in a black, bruv. I met the sickest guy, yeah, and his name was Michael Adesti, yeah. Bruv, he works for Ernest & Young. Bruv, my man, he's one of the best financial officers I know, fam, and I've ever met. And he goes to schools, man goes and teaches the kids, he puts them on, bruv, he helps all the kids, bruv, he's from Croydon, he does madness, innit? And I respect that. And then, but you know, I had a conversation about Black History, fam. A man didn't even know about the Little Rock youths, the first youths to make it, like, get into an all-white school. But he's the youth. To me, that's the level he's on. He's a black man that's gone places that we ain't supposed to go, but he don't even know about that. And that's where, like, bare shit comes from, bruv. You know your history, then you know who you are. Like Hitler even said it, bro. To destroy a race, you destroy their history. Bro, simple as. What's happened to us? Do you understand? So, but we're not gonna create history on individuality. We ain't gonna create history if a man thinks they need to fit in the system and society that's made for them now, and they know, like, bro, right now all four of us know that we live in a different world. We all know we live in a different world to everyone else. But we're still gonna try and fit into that world. When there's 10 million of us that can fit into the same place, my bro. You get me, fam?
Like, it's gonna take generational commitment.
But have we got it? Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. But we can sit and blame our oldest, fam. I don't need my OGs for nothing. No. I'm not saying blame. But I'm saying I do to a degree. But not no more, because you know why, fam? Because man clocked like, whoa, I can do my thing,
and they didn't.
I don't need. No.
How much man did you grow up with just as smart as you?
Huh?
Be honest, how much man did you grow up with that was just as smart as
all my man them have heads on their shoulders. All my man them have sense, bro. My man, you ain't gonna be out on the roads and be dumb, bro. You ain't, fam. But the thing with me, fam, is I grew up with enough G's for them man to tell me, yo, bro, like, you do need to read a book, innit? And you do need to know who's out for you, innit? And when you see this, to keep it moving, my bro. Like, a man got that, innit? And obviously, man just ran with it.
My G showed me how to build a studio and run it, have a business there. My OGs, and these are men that have been about it. Do you know what I'm saying? They showed me, bam, I own a cleaning company. My next bro, he owns 2 fucking, you know them cookery things. My guy Hans,
see, bro, man just
owns
shot
that
food,
cookery thing, yeah. This man just changed the whole food game. Man started shotting real food.
But this is
my guy SP and that owns his studio in Tottenham, but these are the things that, let me show you, but this is what I mean about examples though. Hold up, but this is going back to the example that you're setting. You get what I'm saying? The example that's being set. But I'm saying the example that has been set for time. Hold on, bro. Let me land my point, please, bro. Like, please, let me land my point, please. The whole thing is bad examples. You don't blame the oldest. You realise that was a bad example, but it's like, and you do better.
I don't know,
like,
though.
For instance, there are good examples. For instance, someone that owns my girl's pops, like, owns a business, like a proper business, like he gives out health, got healthcare assistance and them things there. Like Shelling has. Do you get what I'm saying? No, these are good examples. Do you get what I'm saying?
You can't. No, but just because a brother owns a business, yeah, doesn't mean it's a good example. But when I say that, I mean
that's the only.
If that was your example growing up, so imagine the person that you looked up to, that was right next to you their whole life, where you saw them doing something with business, you saw them opening shops, you saw them doing all sorts of shit. Would you still have taken that turn and gone to the road?
You would have tried to pattern your thing.
You still would have. That's personal.
I still would have. You know, and it's not that, fam. It's the fact that, bro, I've got a brain on my head, bro. And the thing is, fam, I could start a business. I could do this, bro. Like, my family own Caribbean shops, fam. My family own fashion shops, fam. We, like, you know what I'm saying? We've got land in Jamaica, we've got houses, we rent properties. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that, bro, that's not the point. The point is that, bro, man went to school, got my education, I followed the file system set out for you. Do you see what I'm saying? So you could look at these man who have all these big businesses and blah blah blah, but will they sit in a room with you? Will they sit in a room? Will they sit in a room with your real niggas? And you know what? If you ain't gonna sit in a room with my real niggas and educate me, then you ain't a real nigga, and you ain't trying to do nothing good for your people. You ain't an example. You're an example for people to follow, to keep shit going how it's going. You know what I'm saying?
You see why that's a little bit of a confliction for me, yeah? Because I grew up where I don't have many successful people in my family. I don't have people that own businesses. I don't have people that pass unis. I don't have these people.
But you're powerful.
But look at that. I'm the only person out of my family that wants to do what never happened. And I never had no one to.
But do you know why? No, do you know why? Do you know why?
But if I did, I still went on the path that I'm on.
Exactly. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because you ain't trying to follow anyone, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to follow. No. I'm not saying you're following, but I'm saying the example, bro. Like, you're not trying to follow that example. Like, in your mind, like, bro, in your mind, like, I don't know, people go through certain things. Like, and
how did you find out about shotting?
How did I find out about shotting? Yeah. Bro, my whole life,
How did you find?
I went in my cousin's room.
How did you find out?
I went in my cousin's room and I saw a big bag of coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what came with that bag of coke?
Huh?
What came with the bag of coke?
There was paper with it, wraps.
There was paper with it.
Wraps.
Would you not consider that an example? If you had the shitty example, you didn't know no better, and then when you learn better, do better, and that's what it is, isn't it?
Trust.
Once you know better, do better. There's no excuses once you know it. If you don't know, then you don't know, innit? But if once you know, innit?
Use your fucking brain, bro. I'm gonna keep it as real as that, bro. Use your fucking brain. It's not a joke out here, bro. At the end of the time, most dumb shit happens to you. When you look back and think about why this happens to you, it's just simply because you didn't think. Sometimes thinking is, fam, it's the most important fucking thing that you can do when you wake up in the morning. Because you decide your day and make sure you get home at night. Do you understand?
See, I think just do you in it, and not everything you're gonna do is gonna be good in it. But as long as you know that you're doing it not just to better yourself, but you're doing it and not with the intention of hurting anyone, and knowing how you're gonna do your thing, you ain't gonna hurt anyone or whatever. Keep going in it, because like at the end of the day, you've got to create something for yourself in it. And unless you don't get out there and you don't start making opportunities for yourself, nothing's gonna make you in it. So if it means you have to do what you have to do it in it, because you just have to make it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then just remember, you don't need to kill a brother to do what you need to do, and you don't need to have beef, and you don't need to represent a code. Yeah, bruv, it's just making cheddar, making bread in it, and that's it, bro.
To be brave up here, for the fucking
trust me, man. Man, I say, bro, man's early, bro.